Hey, welcome to the final episode of Virtually Playable. This was the community and channel where I help virtual reality creators connect, build, and share what they're working on. So, this is a channel that I'll be closing down and encouraging people to follow other channels and communities. So, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone who joined the Discord. That Discord channel will be carried over. It will still exist. I will put a link there to like other recommended communities. So, first of all, I'll explain why virtually playable and the VirtuallyHQ hasn't worked out and the reasons I think behind that. The purpose of it was to grow virtual reality as an industry so that we have more developers and more players building more and playing more. And the three tactics I was using was to connect people, so like run meetups, encourage people to go to like do game jams and things, and then to encourage building, so help them with any problems they have, maybe do tutorials and things like that, and then share what they're working on. So encourage everyone to market their game early and market themselves early so that they share with the world what they're creating, and also so that other developers can learn from what people are doing, and as an industry we'll all grow from that. So that was my purpose. There's probably two main issues with my approach. One is that the target audience for that kind of a community, it's bound on two sides. One is that people who are new to virtual reality, they may not feel confident in sharing what they're working on. So there's some people who are not confident, and then the ones who are confident and they're working on a game, they may be reluctant to share for other reasons, like an NDA, or protecting their competitive edge, because what they have is special. So what that logically means is that virtually playable was in the middle. And the second part, the main issue, was that I'm very strongly opinionated about virtual reality, and there's particular things that I think should happen that players will enjoy. And so it's not like I could build that narrative within virtually playable. I couldn't impose my design thoughts, my marketing thoughts, and my business thoughts on other developers. It didn't make sense. And at the same time, I wouldn't have been happy to just either stand by or actively promote experiences that are subpar, kind of. Like, I know we all start somewhere, but like, I'm just quite, I have a high expectations of virtual reality content, and the things you should and shouldn't do. And so that's the reason I don't think I'm suitable for running a developer community. And that's why Virtually Playable will close down. So I really want to thank everyone who's joined the channel so far. I've had, just looking back at what I've done in the couple of months that it's been running, I had the developers of Ninja Legends, that's Coin Flip Studios. I had a developer from there come on the show. I had Sonia Haskins, who does VR community building and very active in virtual reality esports and community scene, and also a very prolific journalist. Good on you, Sonia. Thank you for coming on the show. And then I also had Vivian Tan from Beast Pets, who was really fun to chat to. and just talk about like creatures and virtual reality and internet, and yeah, that was really cool. And thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone who joined the Discord. It's just, this kind of community can exist. It needs the right person to run it, and also it needs a lot more effort and energy put into it. So ideally, this is a community that produces their own tutorials. This is a community that share code, that recommend plugins and like, I don't know. It's just, it would take energy. It can work. So if you're doing something similar, and you want some tips and some observations, things that I've learned doing it, just get in touch. My email address will always be sean@seannorton.com. That's always around. And so what I'm going to do next is that I have time and resources to commit to a new project or two. And so what I've done is got a new brand called Neomagica. Neomagica is a magical, it's a brand, it's a studio, it's a game that focuses on magical combat. And that's because I think that to move and make magic is the thing that I want to deliver to players. It's the thing that I'm most passionate about, and that every moment that I'm playing virtual reality, I'm thinking, why doesn't a game like this exist yet? So that's Neomagica, and that's already begun. I've got neomagica.com, and building that. That's the game that I'm building. On the other hand, my ultimate goal. I may as well just use my channel, my goodbye, to do a bit of ranting and vlogging here, because that's one other thing about VirtuallyHQ and Virtually Playable is that I was because I am opinionated and I have design thoughts and marketing and business thoughts. There was a bit of a conflict between being all about the community and being all about my ideas, or just like me and the people I meet. I couldn't figure out how to do that, how to brand that, how to do it in an honest and fair way. So yeah, all right. Let's just finish my channel with a bit of a vlog. My ultimate goal for the next 10 to 15 years is to get virtual reality sport into the Olympics. That is the ultimate goal. The way I've decided to do that is two things. One, I need to figure out what is the game. I think it's going to be a magic game. So I'm investing completely in magic combat, magic fighting, things that make you move. That's Neomagica. The other thing is that you need the platform for it. You need to build community. You need to show that a highly active game can work. And so the other brand is Vendetta. Vendetta is a series of virtual reality esports events, and I'll be starting that in either December or January. I think both of those projects can work, and they will also feed off each other. And being separately branded means that the failure of one will not affect the failure of the other, right? So if I make a Neomagica game that has awesome combat, then that can succeed, regardless of whether Vendetta as an event series works. And I'm feeling super motivated right now because I recently found someone in New York who has so many of the same ideas. It's like this. It's like he says something and I'm like, yes. And I say something, he's like, yes. It's awesome. And it's just like reminded me that I don't have to do the long road. There are shorter steps I can take towards virtual reality esports. And it's not like my first game has to be single player. I can actually do multiplayer if I really want to, if I really believe in it. I will. All right, so that's a little bit of a rant there on what I'm doing next. The second rant I want to do is about a thing called marketing. You might be a developer or an artist, and you might have the wrong idea about what marketing means in 2019. Marketing is the art and science of creating, communicating, and delivering value to a customer. It's not just about communicating in one direction. That's not about advertising. It's not just advertising. Marketing is a thing that should permeate your whole business, whether you're a solo or a massive studio. You have to always be thinking about delivering value to the customer. And in 2019, when the most important thing is to get the attention of your customer because they're being distracted, they're consuming, they're spending so much of their time doing other things. The more you build brand is it's a thing. It's what other people think of you. So if people think about you a lot and they think positively about you and they associate you with a certain feeling, that's great. You've got to build on that. So for me, with Neo Magica, I want to be associated with active magic. I want to be associated with the most amazing physical magical experiences you can have in the world. That's what Neo Magica is. With Vendetta, I want to be associated with virtual reality in shared spaces. Competitive. That's what I want to do. So building brand, and the only way to build that awareness of what you're working on and who you are is by communicating, right? So I tell people now that even if you're an indie developer, it doesn't take much. It doesn't cost anything to put out content, because you're probably doing it anyway. You just don't record it and publish it. And as an indie developer, one of your advantages, really, compared to the big players, is that you're not under an NDA. You control everything. Why don't you use that as your competitive advantage? Like, think about what you're doing as a business. You've got customers. They're not just like players that you created a piece of art and then you just put it on a store. Like, that's not how it should work. There's people who might be interested. They might want to be fans of what you're building. Like, try to build something that people can be a fan of. And then every day or every week, think about how you're going to talk to them. Like, how you're going to let them know that you're still around, and let them reinforce to them that what you're creating is valuable to them. And how do you do that? It's by creating pictures, animated GIFs, podcasts, vlogs, blog posts, showing up at events, it's just anything you do. And then every day that you don't do it, you've missed the potential to build a new fan. And if you just wait until your product's ready and you go, oh, well, so our marketing budget is going to be $5,000. And what do you get for $5,000? You get it's just not much, because you've wasted a year of not communicating with your audience. So do it. That's marketing now. that is marketing in 2019. So if you're running a business and you're not communicating to your customer, then I don't know what the hell you're doing. You've got to do it. Um, and and that's my background. That's what I think about. That's what I research. That's what I do. I do marketing. I do business development. Um, and the fact is that I am just so I just need a product. I just need a product to exist, and I will sell the hell out of it. Um, so like this person in New York who's building virtual reality esports. It's like I'm just like, let's do it. Right. I can sell that. I'm so I so want to do it. You know, I don't need to earn income from marketing, so I don't do it for other companies. I do it for where I work. But if I'm not going to market, I'm not going to market a shitty VR experience. I'm not going to market a company that doesn't have the vision and the right mindset to build things for their player and communicate with their player. You have to do it. Don't just close the door for 9 months and then put a game on a store. That's not the way to do it. And that's marketing. And so I'm going to just keep drilling it in. Marketing is not about advertising. Marketing is about relationships. And if you do a little bit more than, and you're a business, you have competitors. Your competitors are other games and Netflix. So the more people think about you, the better you'll do as a business. Like, aren't you here to make money? I mean, not about make money, but if like to deliver value and make people have a good time and have fun playing your game. Think about maximizing fun. How can you get the most fun to a player or to the most number of players, make a real impact in the world? Like, are you just making a game to sell 5,000 copies? Or you think of fun for more people than that, right? And to make them come back, to keep thinking about what you're building. You've got to do marketing all the time. Like what other industries have a team of 10 to 20 people who don't do marketing? No one. Who does that? Like you're not a research facility, right? Even architecture has marketing. Everything should do marketing. All right. So, if you want to know more about my philosophy on marketing, check out Gary V. It's really practical advice on how to get content in front of your audience and why you want to do it. You want people to have fun or feel the experience you're creating. You want to maximize the number of people getting that experience. And you have resources at your disposal. You have advantages that other companies don't. You have to do it. All right. That's my massive marketing spiel. I'm done. I've got to get back to developing my game. So this week has been really VR heavy. Let's just keep on rambling. Hey, I'll keep rambling until you leave my channel, because this is the end. This is the end of Virtually Playable. Monday night, I went to a show and tell where a local game company, they had some presentations, and then afterwards they went for drinks. I got out my Quest and I showed someone my game, or it's actually my magical sword swinging simulator. And selling Quest and talking about the future of AR and voice control and AI. Also demoed someone's card game, giving them feedback, but they did the prototype on paper before they actually built it. That's cool. And I told them I've never played a card game like that before. So that was my first experience, and I tried to play pretty strategically. And then yesterday, I worked and I went to the game developers meetup in Melbourne. And that's where I met a local team building a game for Quest. And they want to test it more. So we're going to try to work together to do that testing in association with the local VR meetup. And also that's where I asked, there was a panel of people talking about how to get jobs in the industry. And I asked about if any Melbourne studios have in-house marketing. And the answer was like, no. They have community management. Yeah. Community management, it falls under marketing. So you can go a bit bigger. But that's fair enough because a lot of them do have large publishers and sport related IPs, so marketing is not part of their contract. And no one cares about who Taurus Studios is or whatever. And then so today I had the early meeting with the guy from New York, and then around lunchtime I'm going to visit Zero Latency to do one of their testing sessions, part of their testing group. That's awesome. And then at night I'm going to Intermission, which is a local VR escape room that's opening up. It's the one that I applied for a job managing. Didn't get it because my ambitions are too out there. So going to do that their like pre-opening event with their friends and family and their staff training. And then tomorrow night is the Virtual Reality Melbourne meetup. So I did promise to show off my game. I should crunch a little bit and actually make it a scenario that you can win. Like that's not far away from what I've got now. It's like I'll just got to delete an enemy and put it in a scoreboard or something. And then Friday, do I have anything on Friday? I'm just gonna keep going until you leave, eh? Friday. Oh yeah, Friday. I'm gonna have a rec room meeting with a local VR event operator. So it's like this week is awesome. I just love it, and that's the kind of activity that I really really like to do. And I wish I didn't have to do game development. But no one's making this game, so I have to. I'm sorry. If you're out there and you happen to be making a competitive Magic experience, then let me know, because I just want to tell the world about it. All right. That's officially the end of Virtually Playable. The YouTube channel will stay up. The Discord channel will stay up, but you won't see much of me from now on. If you want to see where I'm going, check out neomagica.com. I'll put the link down below. And if you want to follow the VR League, go to vendetta.gg. See ya.